Hi everyone, this is Just Trying to Play It, and we are back with Craftlands Workshop. Now, last time I think we were just simply making potions, we were trying to make some money. I think that's what we're going to do for a bit. As you can see, this thing here is going to cost us a lot of our money. I'm going to call this silver, and it actually goes up to gold, I believe. But yeah, that's going to cost a lot of money. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just simply make potions, increase our cash, and see what else we have. What else we have going on. We're going to try a couple of these new potions just to get an idea of how much money we're going to make from them. I mean, it'll tell us easily, but we need to know kind of how much our ingredients are going to cost us, as well as what our potential profit might be, because one of these items eventually is going to be mass produced so that we can make more and more money, obviously. But let's see, we've got the mug of ale. I don't think we've tried any of these. So the mug of ale, the cup of green tea, and the mirror potion. The only problem with any of these potions, any of them that you make, is you seem to need a separate item, such as you're going to need an empty jug like here, and an empty cup, and an empty mug. So I think what we're going to do in the beginning is go to the store and see probably what's on sale, and then from there we'll decide which ones we're going to make. So we're going to make our way over to the store. I'm supposed to talk to the resource vendor, so let's try that. I believe he's over here. Yes, he is. He's over here. And here he is here. So that gives us a little bit of experience. He has a quest for us, resource gathering. Some resources can be gathered on my own, used in the recipes, or sold off to regain some money if in a pinch. So I'm going to accept that task. So as you can see, he tells us what he wants us to do over here. So we're going to go in here and do this. This is able to be mined. Now, there are no special tools that you have to create for yourself. You just automatically have them. I don't know what's that all about, but hey, I'm not going to get all upset about it. And these trees here, I believe there's quite a few of these in here, actually. We already cut down our one tree. So let's go and sell to the resource guy what we need to. In order to do that, we need to browse his wares, go to sell. It shows us what we have. We're going to sell him the 3 and then sell him the 2 just to finish off the quest. Then we come over here and we turn it in. So that gave us 1 silver, which is well worth it, because I don't think that stuff was worth that much. And then let's see if he knows any recipes. Now, as you can see, he wants 2 different things. So if you give him cheap beer, 40 of them, he'll give you the planks recipe. Then you can take that recipe and do 45 of those, and then give him, and then get the wood components recipe. Now, a lot of that stuff you may be like, well, what does that have to do with me? Why do I need to do that? There's a lot of things later on in the game that actually are going to need these different recipes, and you're going to actually have to do that. So it's like you're going to have to do one guy a favor in order to get, in order to be able to, get what you need from another guy, and so on and so forth. So let's just make sure, let's just keep that in mind. It'll come into play later on. I believe there's also a little mini quest for you to do that, for you to like go and see if someone has a recipe that you can do or something like that, and then you do it, and then it kind of shows you what's going on. So let's see what he has on sale. Nothing that we're going to need, unfortunately. So let's look at what's the cheapest. The vials are obviously probably the cheapest. That's 25. The mugs are 52. The cups are 56. I don't need any plates. So you know what? Let's do, and the jars, expensive. So let's get maybe a couple of mugs, a jar, and 2 of those. I don't want to spend all my money on it. Although I did forget what the recipes are. I'm not gonna lie, I did forget what they are. But we're going to see. What is it? Okay, I believe we do need these for something. So you can see these sky shrooms are on sale. So we're gonna buy 4 of those. I believe we're gonna need, do we need hops? I know we're gonna need a couple of those leaves. I don't remember. I think we need camellia. You know, let's just buy a couple more of those. We can always come back the next day or later on today and buy some more. But right now, I just want to see what actually we can make with these things. And then if we go here, I think this will, no, that won't tell us how much they'll be. Here will tell us. So we have our, okay, these potions are going to be $2.39 and these are going to be $85. I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but we want to have enough of something to kind of get some money rolling, and then to be able to, to be able to make a decent profit. But let's see, what potions do we have on tap here? We're doing one of these herbal teas. So at least I did that one right. These do take a while to make. And then you're actually having to do the work. Now what I did forget, and I'm not going to lie about it, is I forgot that these things make 5 each. So we're going to have to start getting our jars and stuff in increments of 5. So there's one more. I want to clean that out because that's money to be made. We could run over to the store right now. If you shift click, see, I keep forgetting to read this. If you left shift and click it, you can move or take 10. If you left click and, well, if you left alt and click it, you can do the full amount. But yeah, I sometimes forget that. Now, time does go by pretty quick on this game. I am going to go to sleep, even though I didn't have to. But I am going to go get one more of these jars. And then I'm going to go and get, I'm just going to get some jars for now. Because, let's see, the cup of green tea, we did that. The mug of ale needs hops. I know I needed hops. So I'm going to get at least one hops. I got enough of these. So we're going to need a couple of more of these jugs. How many did we buy? Like one of each? Let's see. I forget. Completely forget. Let's see how many of these we have. I need, 3 empty mugs and 4 empty jugs and an empty cup. Now let's see if I remember that when I get to the store. I probably won't, but it's not bad to overbuy. You're going to end up using it anyway. So it's not that big of a deal, I guess. But if you're really crunched for money and you kind of want to spend it a certain way, then yeah, it really would kind of piss you off if you spent too much. Let's see if he's got one of these on sale. Yeah, of course he has what we don't need on sale. So I think I need one of those. 3 of those and 4 of those. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Now you can see all the other stuff, and I don't know if they add stuff as you are able to make more. I don't remember actually. But let's go back in here and try to make the rest of these recipes. Actually, what I probably should have done, if you look at when you first start, there's obviously 3 choices. You could be an alchemist. Mostly everything that you make as an alchemist is going to require that secondary container. So it's going to require you to have something to put the actual potion in. That's a given. That's not going to change at all. But there are other things like the blacksmith will not require you to buy anything. You can actually, well, I take that back. It won't require you to buy your initial resources, but it will require you to, I forgot to buy the hops, didn't I? Yeah, I forgot to buy the hops. But anyway, it requires you to actually go ahead and not have to use, say, your money in the beginning to make a little money. So you can go and actually mine your resources, chop down the trees yourself, and then you can go and make your actual items, sell them off, and then rinse and repeat until you've made, enough. What don't I have here? I don't have, that other little herbal thing. One of those. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna make this up. We're gonna make 5 of these, and then we're gonna see. I didn't bring any hops for the other one. So I feel really bad about that, actually. Okay, but anyway, at least we have something. Let's sell these off. It's not gonna be a long selling day, but let's see how much we actually make. We have 343 right now. We had about, I don't know, 16 or something. Let's just see how much we make with this. Not here. Here. So we don't have any of these. I'm going to put that there. So yeah, let's just make sure we have the right potions with us. And then I didn't open the store. Jeez. Okay. So we should have people rolling in. I think they come in until 2,300, which is fine with me as long as you have enough stuff to sell to them. And it takes them a little while to trickle in, as you can see. Now that's sold for 339. So we do make a little bit more than what it shows us. And then after this guy is completed, whoever's completed their meal or drink or whatever over here, you want to hurry up and clean that up because you want someone else to come in here right behind them. So we're already well above what we started with. Now it tells us we have 2 more items to sell. They're not those. It's probably the mirror potion. Mirror, I don't know. But no, we don't have any more of that. What do you want? Yes, you can have that. So we've already made a decent profit, which I'm good with. And now we need to close the store because we are completely out of product. And you may ask yourself, why even bother making the other stuff when, the certain ones are more profitable? And that's true. You may want to decide for yourself whether or not you want to make those things. We're going to go buy a hop, because we're going to make this thing. Let's just change the recipe over here. And that is actually very, very true. You would want to make the most expensive thing to get it out there to make as much money with it. However, when we open up the basement, we're going to notice, and the only reason why I know this, as I said, is because I've played it before. I remember some of it. But we're going to notice that you can then have your employee, which I think it did tell us that. You can have an employee to make something that you've mastered, but only if you've mastered it. And then as you're selling stuff and mastering things, oh, they got these on sale. Yeah, we'll get one of those. But as you master, these aren't expensive to start off with, so I won't even buy that. You know what? I can't even say that with a good. We're going to buy 5 of them. But as you master something, you also can open up other recipes. You also make it so that once you master that item, your employee can then make it. Now, for me personally, it makes sense for me to have my employee make the most expensive thing, the thing that makes me the most profit. Because that way it covers the employee's pay, it covers my expenses, my ingredients, my resources, all of that. So I don't have to necessarily I wouldn't say be bothered, because it's not a bother, but I don't have to necessarily worry about making any money. And then, as we're going to see later on, there are multiple ways to make money in this game. And we just have to figure out which ones. For me, honestly, I just figure out which ones make the most sense and take the least amount of time, because we don't have that much time, as you can see already. Let's see if that gave us another recipe we can do now. The more we make stuff, the more we sell it, the more money we're going to make. So we'll just keep this on us for right now. And then let's go to bed. And as I said, the days fly by on this thing. It's absolutely, I wouldn't say crazy, but it's a little annoying sometimes, because you feel like you have all this time and you don't. Now, you can save time by having things delivered. What I suggest, and this is just my personal opinion, is you find whatever the cheapest thing you're going to buy that day. Okay, the cheapest thing you're going to buy that day, you have that delivered, because then that 10% that they charge you for delivering it is not that much money. And then you can always go in and see how much that's going to cost you. So we'll do an example of that in a minute. I'm going to go in this container shop and see what they have on sale. Hopefully it's something that we're going to use. And of course it isn't. Well, what I meant by that is you do delivery, and you can put as many items over here as they let you put. I don't remember. I think you can hold 100 of each in each of these slots. So as you can see, these mugs normally will cost us $52 each. Now, because we're paying an extra 10% to have them come pick it up, we now have to pay roughly $57 each, $57 and some change. So that's what that shows you over there. However, we automatically get a discount also off normal prices, because it should cost us $65. So in the grand scheme of things, you're really not paying that much more. But if you want to do, say, something, let's take this out. If you want to do something more expensive, you see how that goes. And then you'll have to do, say, less than that, which makes no sense for you to just carry like 5 or 6 of them. Now, I'm not going to get any more ingredients, so today I can just carry 15 of what I want, and then we'll just go from there. So I think I want to do, I changed my mind. I am going to go and buy some hops. So I'm actually going to buy, can I get away with 15 of these things? Yes, I can get away with more than that. I'm going to buy 20 of these. Okay, and we're going to have them delivered to the workshop. Now, delivered to the basement is good if you're buying stuff for your employees. It'll go right into their box, and then they can actually use the stuff that's in there. So keep that in mind as well. So that's later on. That'll come later on. We're going to try to open up the store. We could have opened up the basement, but all of that requires a lot of money to keep our employees going every day, because if you don't pay them, they don't work, and then you don't make whatever money you should have made. So we're going to try to increase our knowledge of different things in order to make sure that we give them something well worthwhile for them to make. They're not going to mass produce it like we do, but they're going to make enough of it, hopefully, throughout the day to make us a decent profit. So we're going to deliver those to the workshop. And when we get there, we're going to realize that we have those waiting for us. So I am actually going to buy a couple hops, maybe 5 or so. And just, what do you have on sale? Never anything that I need. The hops are not expensive. So I'm going to buy 5 of those. We're going to need these things. So I'm going to buy 4 of those. 2 of those. These are always cheap. Let's do 2. You know what? Let's do 2 more of those, and that's it. And please I made the mistake of every time I came in there, I would click something thinking that it was going to tell me information. But no, it makes you buy it. So you really want to be careful with that as well. Now, we're not going to be selling anything today because it's a little late, but let's look around. If you go over here, you'll realize this says air stop. You can't use those yet. You have to do certain quests and you have to get to certain levels. Over here is the same thing. So if we purchase this bridge, it will take us over there. You see how much this bridge costs. So this opens up a lot of different things that you can actually do, where you can sell to other lands. So that's interesting as well. But like I said, we have to build up to all of that. So here we go. We're not paying attention to that guy in there. So let's see. Let's open up. There's our mugs over there. And we have, we put these in there. I think we need 1 and 1, or is it 1 and 2? It doesn't matter. Okay, so we're gonna make some more of these, and it's 1 and 1. So we're gonna make some more of this, and then we're going to try. We're gonna try to make all of the jugs that we have, and then we're gonna try to sell those. And then we go over here. We can put those in there. Technically, we could do 2 sets of this. There we go. And the reason why you see I'm trying to make sure that I do just as much. It doesn't matter to a certain extent as long as you have, when you're doing the potions, because these don't burn or anything like that. But you'll notice when we get to doing any kind of food items, they will burn on you. So you're going to have to make sure that you have the right amount of containers to get the food items, or they'll start to burn. You have a certain period of time, but sometimes that's not enough, because I suggest not trying to cook anything while people are there trying to buy from you. Because you will probably get into a situation where you're trying to cook, you've got people purchasing things, you don't want them to leave, you don't want your food to burn. One or the other is going to fail, and let's just put it that way. So my suggestion is that you try and get your food done. Take as much time as you want to get all of your potions and stuff that you want to have done completed. And then you turn around and try to use maybe 1 day to sell, or 2 days to sell, until you run out of stock. That's my opinion. You can do it your own way. I personally like that decision because it helps me to stay kind of focused, but at the same time, it does give me, something to do every day. And it also helps me to kind of unlock a lot of different things, like for instance, mastering this stuff. As you can see how many of each of these things we have to sell to master them. I think I want to master all of them just in case. It may get to the point where I can just have them doing whatever, and then, it won't make any difference because we're making so much dang money that they can, do some dinky little vials of health or something. Or maybe we figure out a way to sell vials of health for more money or something like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it helps for us to do that. So our mug of ale, we need 26. So we're going to end up selling 25. We're close. I think we should get enough ingredients to do all of these, to be able to max these out. So we're going to figure out how much that is when we wake up again, because it is late. And he is full of energy after only sleeping for about 3.5 hours. Okay, so anyway, we need 16 more cups of green tea. We need 1 more of these because I think we just did 25. And then we're going to need 15 of this mirror potion. So let's see. Green tea. Do we have any containers for that? We're probably going to buy the containers and send them here. I think, for the most part, we only need 1 mug of ale. So I think for the rest of these, we're going to do, let's see, we're going to need 16 of that, 1 and 15. Let's just do 16 of each. Nope, we're going to do, as far as containers, let's just do 15 of each container. So 15 of these cups, 15 of these jars, And then we're going to need one more for the mug of ale. Hopefully one of these is on sale. Yeah, because we've got one of each. We'll be all right doing 15 of each of these. And then let's see. Nope, we're going to have to do 5 of the ale because they come in increments of 5. So let's just do 5 more empty jugs and then 15 of the other 2. And hopefully we have enough money to do those. I don't think we will, but let's just hope that we do. And I think we have enough of the other ingredients to complete that. We're going to end up stopping at the barber also. If you go in there, all you're going to do is just possibly change your appearance if you don't like the way you look, or if you want to change the color of your hair, or whatever the case is. Of course, they have something that we don't need once again. So let's see, delivery. If we do 5 of those, I said what, 15 of these? And we're not going to have enough for that delivery. Oh, that's going to be a lot of money, and we're paying an extra to be. I mean, we're not going to be able to afford any of this anyway. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to not do this. So we just go over here. It just takes it away at that point. You don't have to worry about it. So we do need 5 more of these. So we're going to do that. These are expensive. These are least expensive. I think we can get away with buying 15 of these. So we're going to do that. I think we'll be just there. Oh, we don't even have the space. So if we had these delivered, it's going to cost us $3.8, which puts us, we're like 1 copper penny away because of this extra 28. We'll wait because it's going to take us a while to make this stuff anyhow. And then let's just make the let's just finish up making the beer or whatever. I mean, I guess that's what it is. Let's finish making that, sell those off, and then we'll come back and get the rest and get the rest of our containers. And that could be one thing that you do as well. You can't necessarily do everything at the same time. So, that's just something to keep in mind. And I think it's this. So let's go over here and let's just finish making this. Then we're going to sell off as many of them as we possibly can. Like I said, we can't hold all of them because we only have a 15. We only have 15 items we can hold. And then another thing too is, as I had said before, the amount of hold on, let's take this off and then take that off and then open up the workshop. The amount of space that you start off with is really not a lot, but you can increase it by going to the blacksmith and buying a bigger backpack from him. And they are not cheap, trust me. They are not cheap at all. So we're going to make sure that we can get a backpack before we even start the business thing down here. Before we have any employees or anything, we really need to get that backpack, I think. Now you can do it without it, but you'll be probably shipping more stuff in there, paying that extra money than you really want it to. And you don't want to keep your customers waiting. You want to hurry up and clean this up. No, we'll have that later, sir. Come back tomorrow. Time is just ticking by. Like, I really wish we had more time in the day to do stuff, but the idea is the game does not require you to do certain things over a certain period of time. So you're actually you're pretty good. It doesn't, I wouldn't say it doesn't matter. It does matter to me, but for the grand scheme of the game, it doesn't. So let's hurry up and go get this stuff. I know my dude can sprint, but I just don't remember how to make him sprint. I think he can sprint, but I'm not sure how to do that with him. Get you, and get you before you leave. And I kind of wish these guys said different things. There's a lot of things I think they could say. You see that guy disappear? But I think there's a lot of things that they could say. But, you know, I don't know. I guess it just, you know, it's just random. But there's a lot of things that these guys could be saying instead of repeating these maybe 4 or 5. I think it's maybe 4 or 5 phrases. I mean, as you can see, we're making pretty good money, and we're now closed. So, well, we're not closed necessarily, but the ship leaves at a certain time. Supposedly, these people come on a ship, and then they leave, and then we end up, you know, having to close our shop because there's no one else to buy our stuff. So, I think what we're going to do is we have these empty cups, and I think we were going to make, is it 1 or 2? Let's see. The herbal tea. We can probably finish that cup of green tea. Oh, it's 2 of these. Okay, the mirror potion is that. So it's 2 of those. So let's see if we can do that. Yes, we can. So let's make, yeah, and that makes sense because it's camellia leaves, and I guess that, you know, that makes more sense when it comes to tea, to use a camellia leaf. Okay, and then we can take 2 more of these. Oh man, yeah. We're gonna take 2 more of these things. Make this. Was it not making? Yeah, and after we finish this, we'll go to sleep, sell these off the next day. How many we got? How many have we made? We've got 11 of these, no 10 of them. And what do we need to master this? About 16. So yeah, we're gonna need 5 more containers. You know what? Let's put these back in here right now. And then those other containers are gonna be extremely expensive. Let's go to sleep. Let's do 1 more day so that we can, at 9 o'clock, I think the boat comes. So it makes no sense to open up too early, but you don't want to open up too late. I say about 9 or 10 o'clock, and then you're open for 13 to 14 hours throughout the day. If you got enough stuff to last you that long, you're doing good. You've made a lot. You've taken maybe a few days to just make stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Now, what containers did we need? I hope they're on sale. Oh, now you want to put the mugs on sale. Really? And that's a good sale too. Oh, but we need these to go on sale. You see how expensive these things are. You know what? We can afford some deliveries of these and just have them sitting in there. I'll do 20 of them just to have them sitting there, and then I'll do another 9 of those to even that out. And then that way we're ready for that. So deliver those to the workshop. And then we're going to go over here. Yeah, get out of there. We're going to go over here and just see what this guy has. Nothing that we're going to use. Give me 2 hops just in case. We just used all our camellia leaves, I think. And I think we still have some of those. And you see all this other food here. You will get to that when you're doing... Oh, that's a really good sale. You will get to these other things when you're doing the other, the food, once you start cooking, you'll actually get to that, and then you'll get a cute little chef's hat and all that stuff, which, you know, you switch back and forth between it if you want to. But to me, that's the cute little thing about the game, is that, you know, you kind of wear a hat based on what you're doing, what your license is in, and, you know, that's fine. You know, okay, so here we're gonna do, because we're gonna need 16 of these, and we're actually gonna do 20. Let's see if we can do this really quick, maybe before 1600, and then we might have enough time to get these other guys to sell to the rest of the people. And over here, okay, so these two, and then we're gonna take that, and then we're gonna sell off the rest of the ale, and then sell off the tea, so we can master both. Hopefully we can sell as many of them as we need to master it. Now, like I said, mastery is only because you want to be able to have your employees sell or make certain things for you. So let's go in here. Nope, it's here. And yes, we're going to leave that there. We're going to have this here. You want your employees to be able to sell stuff, to make stuff for you. They can't make stuff unless you master it. You don't want them making the cheapest thing possible, you know, because you're going to end up losing money every time they make it. And I believe I showed last time, which I will show again. But, so I've just mastered that, which is great. And then we're going to sell off the rest of the other 4 or 3 that we had left. So, but like I said, you want to be able to make the expensive stuff. You want your employees to do that. But you don't want too many things to have to be done for them to make it. So you don't want them always waiting for you to get materials. You want to have sort of a streamlined, you know, steady flow going. And that makes sense, obviously, because you want to be able to just have them produce without waiting on you, without depending on you. So what you do is you try to automate that sort of thing. And you have their materials automated, or you have a routine where they always have more materials than they need, so that you're never behind, so to speak. Because if you do get behind, your employees will, I mean, they won't hate you or anything like that. They won't quit, but they just won't be working. But you'll still be paying them on a daily basis. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to pay them when they aren't working, even though it's your fault that you didn't give them the materials. And I think that for the most part, this may be enough money so we've mastered the green tea, which is great. It's absolutely wonderful. Get out of here. We're out of that, buddy. Sorry. We're out of the beer. We're out of the ale, whatever we want to call it. We're out of that. We're out of it. And as you can see, we're missing out on money because these people are coming in looking for certain things. We could be selling them, and we just don't have it. We're out of that. Please come by the last. Thank you. Okay, so that leveled us up. We're out of products. So let's close this workshop. Now, we've mastered the ones we wanted to master. Now we have a new item that we can make, which is the protection swirl. Isn't that interesting? What makes, so 2 iron ingots. Now, you see what I'm saying? We now have to go and mine. I don't get that protection swirl. We now have to go mine. But the good thing about that is we don't have to pay for those. We only have to pay for the empty jars, empty jugs. So that's a good thing. So now that's all we're doing is paying for the empty jugs, and then everything else is profit. So we now have a decent amount of money to pay for this. So let's purchase it. Okay. Now, we could skip all of this, but since this is the first time you guys are seeing it, I already know all of this. But anyway, the Workmaster will help you manage your workers. Workers will be able to craft goods that you have mastered. That's why I said it's very important to master almost everything, but especially the high dollar stuff. Then, mastery increases once you sell an item to a customer. We've already seen that. Whatever equipment you are licensed to use, the same can be built for your workers. Workers will check this container for ingredients that you put in. So that's where your workers' materials are. Timothy sells stuff. Timothy will sell anything that your workers need. Problem with Timothy is Timothy will sell it for a lot more than what you can get it for. And he will also, now let me go back. We fill up this chest with money. The workers will take their wages from that. Funds will be used to also purchase ingredients from Timothy. So the idea is, as you can see, let's go down here. The idea for automation is purchase from Timothy, make the item, sell it to Timothy, and then rinse and repeat, right? Timothy is extremely expensive. I worked here with the previous owner. After I lost that job, the warehouse took me in and assigned me to dig this hole here. Leads back to the warehouse. Okay. Well, if any of your workers do not find required ingredients in the container that you bring in, they can purchase them from me. As well, they can sell me the resulting goods they made for 60% of their worth. So we have to figure out, is 60% of what we could get it for worth it for them to just automate this whole thing and buy from Timothy? And buy and sell to Timothy. It may be. But then again, if our workers are making us stuff, we have to make sure we're selling it quick enough to cover, how much it is. So we can do it one of two ways. Unfortunately, I don't think do we have a pause? Yes. We can do it one of two ways. We can get the materials ourselves and bring it and send it to the workers, via the delivery method, or we can actually get it ourselves and physically bring it down here. Have the workers go in there, get their stuff, make sure that they have more than what they need for the day. Then they give it back to us, okay, and then we sell it, okay, which sometimes that's probably the best way, is the cheapest way to do it. Or we can have it where the worker is buying everything from Timothy and selling everything to Timothy. Now, obviously, actually there's 4 different ways to do it. But those are the 2 ways that make more sense, because we could get the materials, have the workers create it, and then sell it to Timothy, but it makes no sense, even though we still would make a decent profit because, our cost would be so much less. But it makes no sense to do that, because either we do everything ourselves or we have them automate everything. So that way we got constant money coming in. We don't have to keep, paying attention to them. And the only thing we really have to do is to put money into this chest for them. Now, let's look at the employees. Now, if we ask him, manage my workers, he'll help us hire a worker. Okay. We need to treat the workers right. We need to make sure. This tells us how many workers we can hire based on the tent. We can have more tents, less tents, whatever. Okay. So each worker's cost is per day. We will hire them for a certain amount of money. They have different speeds. They can do different amount of things. And as you can see here, they'll, take their stuff from one place and put it in another place. You tell them where that's supposed to be. Okay. So that's fine, though. We'll work on that stuff later. All right. So the basement containers, we can either sell it back. We can do the basement container, which they give that back to us. They can sell it back to Timothy. They can send to freight containers, or they can put it into the workshop container. So you've got 4 different places that these things can go. All right. So you can tell them to continuously do them, or you can tell them to do a certain amount of them. Now, I had it in my previous play where I had gotten to the point where I was making freight shipments, and they were sending it to the freight company because I wanted to keep that going. But anyway, as you can see here, the cost to hire this dude is $15.29. He's at 110 work speed. He only can do one recipe at a time, and his cost per day is under 6. That's fine. This guy's too expensive. He's going to cost you 13, 18, same work speed. His cost per day is more than twice the other guy. So what you do is you just go through here and you figure out this guy actually is pretty good. I'm tempted to hire him now, even though I don't have anything set up for him to do yet. This guy, what you want to do is you want someone that's really cheap to hire if you can, but you want their cost per day. Their cost per day is more important than how much it costs to hire them initially, because you're going to now be paying them that certain amount per day. The $9.97 is one time. That's it. It's gone. You're never going to see it unless you make enough profit, which you should. But this cost per day of 4 silver, 80 copper is actually a lot of money. When you really think about it in the grand scheme of things, it is a lot of money. So you have to make sure that you have done what you need to do in order to make sure they have all of the materials they need. I mean, they're going to need so much. They're going to need absolutely so much. Now, today what we did was, because we were sitting there talking, we did not get to sleep, which this game saves everything when you go to sleep. It does not wait or anything like that. Like, I will lose everything that I've done all of yesterday and all of today. So we're going to go one more day, which I didn't want to do, but I do apologize for that. But we're going to go ahead and do one more day. I'm going to go ahead and get the trees just to top me off. And then we're going to have, no, I'm not going to have anything shipped to me because those things are expensive. So we're going to go drop this stuff off. Okay. And then the problem is, what I just realized is we can't, wait, these give us ingots, yeah. Because I was going to say we probably have to turn those into ingots, but I forgot we get the ingots from the actual mining. So we're going to also go and get some of those containers. I think they're empty jugs or whatever they are, empty jars. And we're going to go get some of those, and then hopefully they're on sale today. They usually don't put what I need on sale, but that just goes to show you that if you need some stuff, or you're going to need something soon, it is best to go in here every day to try and see what's on sale. Especially with this expensive, to see once again, they don't have what we need on sale. We need these. So I'm going to do 10, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm going to do 10 of those. Let's see, 5 of these would be an additional. I should be able to get away with another 5. So we're going to just fill us up with that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go and make these. Now we're going to walk into the blacksmith's place. And I don't know if I showed this already, but this backpack is going to give you, you're going to be able to carry 40 items on you. Same number of slots that you see in your backpack, but you're going to be able to hold a total of 40. This one gives you a total of 75. Big significant difference in price here. Almost 7 silver different price, but you're going to get an additional 35 from here. So from here you go up 25 more, okay, and then here you go up another 35. So that actually is excellent. I mean, I can't tell you how much that's going to make a difference. Now here you can also use these goggles, which are going to help you make more money. I myself did not try these or anything, but it might be worth a shot for you to try stuff like that. It gives you an extra 1% in money, but it also, I think, decreases your crafting time by 5%. Not a lot of significant difference, but it'll add up over the course of time. Now, as you can see, my person is at 10. So let's look here. Let's pause for a minute. Out here, this wasn't here before. Okay. This conveyor belt is coming from your employees in the basement. If you are doing any kind of freight or anything like that, what I did was my freight production was certain number of things going out And if you tell the freight company to automatically ship those out every time, what they'll do is they'll wait until you have the actual products in this box here, and they will automatically come pick it up and ship it out. Now, once again, you have to have enough money to be able to ship that stuff out. But what they do is they'll ship it out. It comes back. The money goes into your coffers, into your bank, whatever it is. And then it's rinse and repeat. So a lot of this stuff can be automated. You just have to watch it. So for the most part, you are an actual manager of things as time goes on. You just have to make sure that you're getting the number of materials that you need to have. And I do believe if I get too sleepy, I will pass out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to sleep. We're going to end the episode here. There you go. Now he is full of energy. It is 7 o'clock the next morning. We're going to pause it. We're going to end it here. I'm sorry that this went longer than it was. I did make the mistake of standing there talking instead of pausing the game. But if you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like down below. Leave your comments, anything. Have you tried the game yet? Have you even seen this game? Did you even know the game existed? Let me know in the comments. Until then, until the next video, this is just trying to play it, saying please stay safe, everyone.